Welcome back, everyone, to another challenge video. Today I'm participating in the Funtime Friday challenge, which is hosted by the Broke Girl Aesthetic, which is Tiffany, the co-host Ariel's DIY, which is Fabby. I've left both of their links to their channels as well as the playlist link in the description box below. Today, what I have for you is I'm going to be using the Dollar Tree calendars to make some signs. And I'm just going in with these signs from the Dollar Tree, and I'm just cutting off the jute twine hangers off of both of them, which I actually only end up using one. So yeah, that's how that works. And then I'm going to be going in with the color with Apple Barrel, which is made by Plaid, which I'm a Plaid ambassador. And I'm also using a paintbrush that Plaid sent me in my box. And I'm not giving it a full coverage because the reason I'm doing it in black is because I've seen a lot of people on YouTube say that if you put black underneath the calendar page, you won't be able to see the numbers. So that's what I'm doing here. Okay, what I'm going to do now is I took one of the pages from the calendar and I used my glue stick and I glued it down. I'm using this beautiful burlap ribbon that I purchased off of Amazon. I have left the link for that in the description box below. And this ribbon is so nice. It comes in like 6 or 7 different little rolls and also a burlap bag that you can put it in. So what I'm doing here is I'm just going to go along the side. Sorry about the phone. Oh my lordy. I'm just going along the sides here, and I'll be doing this on both sides, and then I'm going to be adding some to the bottom as well and the top. Don't you just love it when you use your phone to record and someone has to try to call in? I'm like, oh no, not right now. Okay, what I did on the bottom is I thought about using, I used a different kind, but I go in and I change it up. You'll see it in the final reveal. And I was thinking, is this like boho looking, or is it shabby chic? I don't know. But I think it turned out really, really cute. I really didn't have a actual wood frame to fix it, to make a frame for it. So I thought, I'm going to utilize this ribbon. And if you see the camera shaking, it's because I bumped it with my leg twice. Oh, I say it all the time. The struggle is real. But it is so worth it. And like I said, I end up changing the ribbon that's at the bottom. And I go in and straighten it all out. And then right here at the top, I'm adding some lamb's ear. It's kind of like out of focus or out of frame. That's what it is. And I'm just adding it to the top, and I'm going in with a few of my solo wood flowers as well. I used 2 of the blue ones and then 1 of the white colored ones. And then I got to thinking, oh, does that look too busy, or was the lamb's ear too much? But it worked, and I liked it, so I hope that you all like it too. It just gives you an idea of what you can do with the calendars. And I know they're hard to find. I just got lucky and, found them in my dollar store. Usually I can't find the hard to find items, but this time I did. And I stocked up. And here I'm just going around and trying to push it down a little bit because like I said, I kind of thought it was too much. But you learn as you go along in crafting. Just like with anything else that you do, it's a learning process. And here I am just looking at it and adjusting it and fixing it and getting all those wonderful glue strings. The hot glue strings, don't you just love them? And I realized I need some more glue at the bottom. And then what I'm going to do now is, I'm actually here. I just went MIA for a second. I have this floral wire and I'm going in with these beads that was sent to me from BB Craft, which I really appreciate the starter box that they sent me. And I'm going to just be stringing some beads on here. I'm going to make a hanger for this little picture, or I should say a sign. I didn't want it to be too big, and so what I'm doing here is I'm just twisting up the ends so that the beads won't fall off. And then I'm just going to be taking hot glue and gluing it to the back. And I actually end up taking cardboard strips and placing them down to hold the wire in place to give it more stability. And that's what I'm doing right now. I'm holding it down. So, okay, here's the finished project of my little sign. It says, "Love the little things." And I think it turned out really, really cute. Like I said, I hope that you guys like it too. Okay, sign number 2. I had this round sign from the Dollar Tree, and I have a page from the calendar. And I'm just going to go in. I'm laying it down to see if it's going to actually work first. Then I go in with my glue stick. And this time I decided to add it to the sign. And it worked a lot better for me. When you do this, you have to pay close attention, to getting the edges. Because they have a tendency to want to come apart. Or to lift, I should say. Now I'm just laying this down on the sign. Trying to get it as straight as I possibly can. And I'm just pressing it down to make sure there's no bubbles. Then I will be taking my scissors and going around and trimming off the excess paper. Now, these calendars are so beautiful. They had 4 different kinds. And, they're so beautiful. Every single page on there, there's a craft in there that you can make. This is just a wooden sign that I had in my stash. And I thought, okay, I'm just going to glue this onto here. And we're going to make the sign this way. And so I'm just going in with a generous amount of hot glue. I want it to stay. And then I'm just centering it on the wooden sign. And then what I'm going to do next, it says, well, I was showing you what it said, but it was moving so fast. And that with this ribbon again, using a different kind, and I'm starting on the back and placing it down, and then I'll be bringing it over the top. It almost didn't fit. I was like, whew, that was a close call. And I do that on the other side as well. If y'all have made it with me this long, I really appreciate you. You know, I really do. And I, ask if you like my content that you would consider becoming a part of my YouTube family. I would love to have you here. I actually go live every Thursday night at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time, and I give people the opportunity to come up on the panel and shout your channel out and just tell what it's about. And we even have prayer. Okay, here is the finished project. You can find joy even in your most difficult days, and you can. And like I said, on my channel, we do prayers, and to me, that is the greatest joy there is. Okay, what we have here is just a Christmas sign, canvas sign that I had in my stash, and I'm going in with the glue, with that glue stick again, starting to become my favorite thing to use. Even though I do know how to use Mod Podge, and I will be starting to use it more in my future videos. And then I'm going to be, like I said, going around the edges real good. And this is a scrapbook piece of paper I got at Hobby Lobby, and it fit just perfect. I thought, oh my goodness, I got lucky with that. And then what I have next is I have these little wooden shadow boxes that came from the Target dollar spot. Wait, no, they did not. They came from Michael's 99-cent section. And what was gonna do is I was just gonna leave them in the natural color and just place them on there like this. Well, I decided I went in and I painted them a navy blue, and I'm going in with Waverly Antique Wax and going around the edges of each one of the boxes. The other two boxes I also paint navy blue on the inside as well. I'm just making sure that I get all of the outside parts. I just love these little boxes. Oh, and I went in and I removed the hardware off the back as well. Here I am going in with the antique wax on the next box. And guys, I've said in my other videos, the antique wax absolutely has to be my favorite product by Waverly. I absolutely love it. And here I am. I'm going in and doing the last box. This stuff is just awesome. You put it on, you can use a paintbrush. You can use this here as a baby wipe. I don't go in and wipe off the excess because I find when I use a baby wipe that the color, the tone turns out exactly like I want it to be. Okay, the next step is, you can see I've already started placing some solo wood flowers down inside these little shadow box, along with a little boxwood greenery. And I was trying to find a color that would pop. I didn't want to have too much blue, and I didn't want to use too many neutrals because this girl here, I had to get away from some of the neutrals. I mean, like my last 5 videos was just all neutrals, so I needed some color. And I hope that, you know, me going with the orange was the right choice for this project. And here's some more boxwood greenery. I'm just putting it along the side. And I decided, being that's a longer box, that I would go in and add 2 pieces of the boxwood greenery. And here's my last box that I will be adding florals to. And did I tell you that I love solo wood flowers? Oh my goodness. See, I went in with some neutrals. And here we go with some more boxwood greenery. And now I have these little letters that I painted in plaster. And these letters came from BB Crafts in my starter box. Well, what I was going to do is I was going to spell out some words. And I thought, you know, I would put them on each one of the boxes at the bottom. But you can see that I start struggling to get the letters in on top of the florals. So eventually, you know, it just comes to me, well, why don't you put the letters on the top? And so, you know, here I am trying to figure it all out. And I thought, no, I'm taking them off. They got to go on the top. Oh. And then I had to go in and clean up around the frame. But I don't make you guys sit through all this. I really don't. Because it was a lot of work to get them even. And, you know, I even had to take these off and start over again. But I think that the finished project turned out beautiful. I was very pleased with it. And here it is, faith, hope, and love. But the greatest of these is love. That is God's word. I was just showing you where the L was a little crooked. Yes, I point out my own mistakes. But I hope you all like these projects that I put together for you today. And I ask once again, if you like my content, you hit the like, subscribe, share, as well as the post notification bell. It's going to keep you informed of all of my future uploads. Thank you so much for stopping by. Have a blessed and wonderful day.